We have to write an essay? 500 words about who we are? I have no idea who I am. Good grief.
You worry too much, Charlie Brown.
Long before there was a boy named Charlie Brown, there was a man named Charles Schulz.
Even as a kid, I was cognizant of the fact that there is a man somewhere in America who sits at a large slanted desk and he draws peanuts.
That's a clip from the new documentary from Apple TV called Who Are You, Charlie Brown? It's a love letter of sorts to the creator of the Peanuts comic strip, Charles Schulz, and the main character, Charlie Brown.
One critic pointed out that unlike a lot of documentaries these days, there was so much more wonderful stuff covered in this movie that this one could have been longer. Michael Bonfiglio is the director, writer, and executive producer, joins us now this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be with you.
Oh, we appreciate you joining us. So tell us about your decision to make this film, and I imagine you had a lot of fun doing the research.
I sure did. Yeah, it initially started as a 70th anniversary celebration. It was intended to be in the tradition of the Peanuts specials that were done multiple times over the years while Schulz was alive. And then the pandemic kind of pushed things past the 70th anniversary. So it just became a celebration of all things Peanuts and Schulz. And really intended for kids and families to watch together. So the critic you mentioned that it could be longer, we really wanted to not test the patience of kids and provide a good introduction to the world of Peanuts.
Was this the first time that, I mean, we all grew up watching those TV specials. Was that the first time you had a transition from comic strip into cartoon that really, I mean, that's what sent this to a global phenomenon, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. The first Peanut special was the Christmas special in, I believe, 1965, so those specials, again, being associated with holidays, just became classics for America and the world.
And is there old footage that you've uncovered, or you've done interviews with people in Charles Schulz's life, right?
Both. We had a fairly rich archive of interviews with Schulz himself, and then we spoke with fans, people who knew him, people who didn't, and just some familiar faces who have been influenced by Peanuts. We tried to keep the group of people that we spoke with very diverse in terms of age and gender and ethnicity, and really just embracing the diversity of Peanuts and the universality of it.
Yeah, you mentioned the diversity. We grew up watching Peanuts. Now my 8-year-old daughter is discovering Peanuts and loves it, loves Charlie Brown. What do you think it is about Charlie Brown, the Peanuts, that just transcends every single generation?
Well, I think Charlie Brown is the sort of lovable loser character that everybody can relate to. We've all had times that we feel insecure, that we feel inadequate, and we feel like failures. And I think Schulz felt like that, and Charlie Brown does. So he's a relatable character who just never gives up. So I think that's part of why we love him.
Maybe you can share some of the things you learned about how these characters developed. I think you said that Snoopy's, aliases, Joe Cool and the Flying Ace, are based on Charles Schulz's children.
Yes, Schulz really drew from his whole life, from his own personal experiences, from his own feelings, and then things that he observed and people that he observed. And he really created a pretty, not isolated, but a fairly narrow life for himself, because his favorite thing to do was sit in his studio and draw his strip. And he did that every single day. He never took days off and vacations. And so he really drew from the people that he saw around him, which was his family and people in his immediate community, as well as his own feelings and his own experiences as a kid and as an adult.
Well, it's pretty cool. It's called Who Are You, Charlie Brown? It's streaming now on Apple TV, and you can find more from Michael on Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.